He's only like 13, maybe he's 16, but he's really, really young. You know, young people that age, you can't even like count that low at this point. It's just, it's too impressive that they're playing at this level. But yeah, he's apparently saved all his lunch money on that. Why not?
Why not? I mean, they didn't do too bad. They got second place at host story, so maybe that's what he's getting. You know, he spent some of that money on the new knife.
Look at
yeah,
this.
Exactly.
Oh
this
my
push.
God.
Dude, you're calling his name out and he delivers. Kirby with the first headshot on a squeak door push from T side or CT side, and that's what can happen. Nico with the nade onto Maxi shuts him down, and this is now just going to be Orbit committed to the B site.
Now, those are some really good return frags, some sentries and Pyth. Absolutely crucial that they pick those up. Otherwise, this round would already be gone. But now they're actually inside. They have the bomb down. They have a decent setup to begin with. Pyth being in here is so important. He could fight Fetish, but all he has to do is stay alive. Just try and keep Fetish in the vent and make sure Fetish can't help his teammates. And this is going to be golden. Pyth doing the damage. Just perfect play coming out right here. Kebu and Nico, both a little bit hesitant. You can't blame them. This is a tough position. Kebu goes down. Nico goes down. And the Swedes, they make a comeback into the round. That's actually pretty impressive because they should have pretty lost that round.
They should have, right? And then that's what I'm saying though. If the plan starts to kind of crumble, if something gets caught off guard and Orbit just decide to run, it's gonna come down to the shots. And this time around, we actually saw them just get the perfect entries that gifted them B site. But smart play after that, and you're right to point out, you know, the positioning in checkered and also the positioning on the main site just made it really difficult for Dignitas to come back in because it would have been a series of duels, and if Orbit start landing those shots, it's not going to go Team Dignitas' way.
I mean, there are a couple of maps, and Cash is one of them, where you see the terrorist teams over and over again pick the wrong post-plant positions, and on Cash, the classic example is having everyone inside the B bomb site. Like, the bomb goes down and you're 4 people stuck on the bomb site, and that doesn't work very well. You tend to get picked off, you can easily get grenaded out, and it's just not cool at all. So yeah, great job there. My other favorite one is on Inferno, but we'll get to that a little bit later maybe. I'll point it out if we get there. Someone remind me in the chat that we need to talk about Inferno bomb plant positions. Now, Kebu is in the corner, has a P250. In fact, they all have P250s. Wow, this is unusual.
Yeah, they're really maxing the money out, aren't they? Like, no armor. I don't think I even saw a nade at the beginning.
No.
Maybe just a little bit of an investment, but like really low money round coming out here from Dignitas. It's about as close to a hard eco as you can get. And unfortunately for them, even if they made the investment, they aren't getting the kills. Everybody's so low on Orbit, but they're still going to be able to get a free plant off of this. So Orbit just looks terrific right now. They very calmly took over mid, got all the frags they needed, and then Pyth, of course, you know, lurking.
And what is Pyth doing there? Like, that is annoying. Pyth is one of those annoying matchmaking people who just don't play according to like the flow of the game. Like, Pyth is supposed to be somewhere else, anywhere, but hiding in a really, really casual corner where probably nobody has ever stood before to wait for someone. You could be by ice cream truck, maybe, or I don't know. That was just, I can tell the frustration in Dignitas already.
It was almost get right level.
I don't know. That was just
maybe it's
annoying.
in Swedish. You know, it's like the Swedish genius. Look at Maxi though. He doesn't even realize, and then he just like casually turns around and takes Pimp's head off. Big opportunity there, missed by Pimp, unfortunately. But the cleanup is going to be pretty quick here for Orbit.
And look at AZ. Just he tried to underhand throw himself out to get the kill on sentries. He did pick it up anyway, but that was definitely a failure. He even looked into the ground and was like, wait, what am I doing? What's this flashbang doing?
Why did you betray me?
Yeah, I don't know. That definitely wasn't planned. But he's still doing a pretty good job here. Going to grenade one way, walk the other way just to pretend that he's somewhere else. But Hütten will not go down, so they're going to put an end to it. Still, I mean, it takes it from a pretty bad round into a decent one at least. And now they're going to have rifles.
Oh, and look. Maxi's going to be picking up the AWP. So, like in warm-up, he was warming up with the AWP. It looks like he's going to stick with it in this game.
Yeah, not going to give it to Jumpy. Fair enough.
They have money to buy another one, though. I'm curious if Jumpy... Because Jumpy didn't up. So, will they go for something strange in the next round? Or is he just kind of holding on to the money to make sure that Maxi can have another one in the next one if things go south here for Orbit?
Look at Dignitas actually not smoking up the middle. I mean, they do have both Fetish and Nico here. And Nico obviously going to be opening on the CT side. Or on the Dignitas side, no matter what. Goes for the shot. Going to miss it in the first time around. And now Fetish is finally going to pick up that smoke. But that's really, really late. Usually that goes off almost instantaneously, but it's going to be just a bit delayed. And Nico will pick up Maxi, so that's a really good start now for the Danish team. They do need it, being on the favorite side and everything. And I love this little detail with Pimp in the vent here. That's really important, and something too many teams neglect to actually do. Nico picking up a second kill.
Oh, that was a sick read by him as well. Just a flick onto Pimp. Pimp trying to get sneaky through the smoke. Luckily for Orbit, Jumpy is able to return and catch Nico off guard, so no third frag there for Dignitas, but they're still able to hold on to a man advantage, and they don't need to throw anything away at this point. They can hold solid on the sites and not worry until Orbit decide to show their hand, show where they want to take this bomb plant. But with 2 guys holding on the B site, this is going to be tough to get in, although Pyth checks the vent and sees that it's broken, so he might be communicating to his teammates right now. We have to watch vent. There might be somebody lurking up there.
Yeah, if only they had a Molotov or something that could keep Pimp back. But once AC makes the call, there should be some backup coming in. AC with a really important spray, taking down Pyth. Jumpy goes down and sentries to fall. AC with a small detail there at the end. He didn't reload his M4A1, even though he didn't have that many bullets left. And, you know, that's like a judgment call. When you play the game enough, you realize that sometimes if you start reloading right in front of a smoke, there's going to be someone walking through. And I don't know, that was just a small detail, but still pretty good round from Dignitas. Looked like maybe Jumpy could have brought it back with that opening shot in the middle, but didn't really happen.
Yeah, you got that little glimmer of hope. Oh, I like Maxaki though. Or not Maxaki, but Maxi. That's always tough. I always want to say Maxaki for some reason, but no, 2 different people, guys. They didn't just change their names up randomly. Maxi is basically checking to see if anybody's going to be coming from connector to short, so that was a very nice little touch there. If he catches somebody rotating in, Fetish, for example, who looks like he's playing or focusing on that particular position, could have been a good opening there for Orbit, but Orbit, luckily, because they had such a good start to this map, they have plenty of money for a full buy in this round, so now's the time. We see them setting up for an A smoke. Is the preparation going to be there?
Right, I mean, Semmler, you are praising Titan, and this is exactly something we'd see Titan do. Like, this is like the Titan setup almost, for smoking the bomb site, and Kerbu and Fetish actually both going to get smoked off if they keep standing in these positions, or should be if the smokes land correctly. Now, Kerbu's walking into a much better position for this, because catching them as they come through is one of the really interesting ways of actually nullifying this particular push. But Fetish, he's going to have a hard time. You can see the raining down all across. Oh, but one of them, there's a gap there. He can actually try and shoot through. Kerbu with an easy kill. Nico goes down, and now a lot of this is on Fetish. 20 bullets, and they're all around the corner. He goes down, and the rest should really reconsider fighting this one. It's a 2v4. The bomb is going down as well, and they have to get some sick kills here to make this work. Pimp by the forklift takes the one here, but now they're really aware where he is. He takes one and almost gets Python. Look at that. 4 health left, Semmler. But I still think that was a bit too brave to fight that 2v4.
Yeah, I think they were... Well, look at how fast they were able to rotate into that site, though. If Fetish lives for like another half second, maybe they can do something there on Dignitas' side. So I think it was literally like, yeah, we got this, guys, we're here! And then they lose everybody on the site, but they're already committed. And Pimp, from his position, there's no backing out. He's stuck behind forklift, right? So it's just do or die time. You have to step up and get the frags, or there's no other recourse. You're not saving your gun. So
yeah,
that was really tough there for Dignitas, but that was also just a beautifully executed A take there from Orbit.
Yeah.
Only 1 frag going for Kjerby, and that was key. If Kjerby gets a double spray down, trades himself 1 for 2, things could start to look good for Dignitas. But the fact that it was just a 1 for 1 and very quickly taken care of as well, that was some very good communication coming out from Orbit to make sure he didn't do more damage.
And I think you're right. If the 2 players rotating in at the end, Pimp and whoever it was, if they had got to the bomb site a little bit late, probably what they would have done instead is they would have tried to fight to get an early pick, to make it 3v2 instead of 2v4. But you're right, they were right at the bomb site when everything went down. This round not looking too good right now for Dignitas. They only have pistols, and they haven't even got a kill yet.
And it's a real pleasure to watch Orbit right now. You can really tell that they've put quite a bit of work in on this map. And it's not every day we get to see Orbit play either. So, we're familiar with the team, guys, but this is also a bit of a learning experience just to see, what kind of level they're going to bring on these maps. So it's really good to see them just take their time in these anti-eco situations, not bum rush forward and try and throw luck to the wind, right? And, cross their fingers and hope they're just going to go ahead and rush onto a site. They just take their time, leave a couple lurkers around, and work together as a unit. That's very nicely done.
Yeah, it's looking well coordinated currently on the Swedish side. Pimp ends up going down. I mean, AC, like I said, I happened to be playing matchmaking with him yesterday, and he actually did say he felt a lot less confident in their CT side than he would have liked to do. Said it's looking a little bit shaky at the moment. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes, well, everything's just a little bit weird. They're gonna get one more chance essentially on the CT side to actually do something good here on Cash. If they lose this round, though, Orbit is going to be probably steamrolling them, and that would be horrible. Again, they're up in the vent here, but there's a lot of tools right now on the Orbit side to try and deal with this, including this Molotov. Actually, Pyth is going to use it to... Oh, that's not really how it's meant to go. That was meant to fall down and check the corner here, but Now they're pretty gonna have to manually check it.
Ooh, great shot by Pyth, though. He catches Nico lurking. Question is, does Huiten turn around and check vents? Pimp is already up there. Pimp is just waiting for his time to shine patiently. And there you go. Gets the one, but only gets that. AC as well will only get a 1-for-1 trade. And we're into a 3-on-2 take for B. Orbit have got everything going their way at this point. And in this scenario, Anders, this is pretty much, unless they can get a frag within the next 5 seconds, they should be backing off.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of how they're playing as well. You can see Kiebu's up here just, you know, hoping, looking in. Fetish goes down and some wall bang coming out, but Kiebu, not much that he could do at this point. I mean, they even had a decent setup. Obviously, there's almost no accounting of Pyth getting that kind of opening towards the sandbags. But after that, Pimp and... was it AC behind him?
Yeah, AC and checkered.
So that's actually a really good setup, because what happens is once they kill Pimp, there's a good chance that the remaining player on B is going to be probably somewhere in the B bomb site. It's not always that he's going to be holding checkered like that. So you might just try and rush through and say, okay, let's you know, get in checkered, let's not stay in event anymore, let's keep going. And then AC's there to spray them down, but it didn't work out that way. Now it's 6-1, and all Dignitas have to show for it here is the M4 that they saved, and then the rest are going to be pistols.
Yeah, exactly. That, like, Fetish getting caught out in the vents afterwards, he should have known that that one vent was cursed. He had lost, you know, too many teammates trying to hold it. He should have just given up on it, you know. But not meant to be this time. And Dignitas again on pistols. This is just looking like Orbit are going to run away with the match. They've already got the rounds that they need to consider this half won for their T side, and it's still so many rounds left. There's still 7 rounds left in this half. They have so many opportunities to continue doing damage. So they're probably going to get it up to 7 here, and I would be amazed if they didn't get past like 8 rounds in this half.
Yeah, I mean, especially because you have to imagine that the frustration on Dignitas is going to be slowly mounting and growing, and one opening, and it's going to be all over, basically. 8-7 is not a very impressive score if you're on the Dignitas side, but if they can win somehow 7 rounds in a row, sure. I mean, there's still a chance. This is not like the game is over, but it's quickly beginning to slip out of Dignitas' hands. 1v3 here. They're looking for AC, and he's trying to stand in an off angle. He does get the kill on Pyth, but Orbit don't really care. I mean, throwing away... even if they lost all the rifles trying to take down AC, that would have been a perfectly fine scenario for them. They've got 10,000 on 2 of their people, so that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's after Sensors drops like 4750 on an AWP to drop it to Maxi, right? So they're rolling in it right now, Orbit. They're going to be able to keep the pressure up for a long time coming. Dignitas now are the ones under the gun in more ways than one. This is just them having to draw the line right here and pick up the remaining 7 rounds in this half. There is no backing up. So now we have to see what they're capable of. Nico, we've already seen he's able to land some shots. It has to go better, and it does not. Pyth gets the wall bang through Squeak Door onto Fetish, and that is definitely not how things are supposed to go for Dignitas.
I'm looking at you, chat, to supply the spam of VAC all over the place, because that was really cool from Pyth. He saw the traces going through, so he kind of knew what angle to shoot at. Nico's going to return the frag, but what a wonderful kill. That is so good. And... I don't know. Fetish, he's not his game right now. He's 0-1-0, and he dies in the 9th round like that. It's, yeah, that's got to be frustrating. Oh, my God. Nico, though, going to take down Jumpy as well, and he's fighting back. He's tired of losing rounds.
It's pretty much Nico making the difference for Dignitas. At this point, it looks like he's the only way back into this game for them. I mean, we have to see now. Pimp has had his moments to shine. AC as well. This is going to be down to Kierby, though. And wait, then he checks the corner, but he doesn't get the frag. Luckily, well, not luckily, I mean, this is all part of the plan. Orbit following together. They get the refrag, they get access to the A site now, and they should be able to get the bomb plant before the rotation can come in here for the Danes.
Coming out from behind, very important here to take down sentries, and now it's just going to be Pyth left. 1v3, the bomb goes down, so I mean, there's still a chance here. Just need some more crazy wall banging. He takes down Pimp hiding at the edge, goes for one more, but Nico is the man of the match, or at least the man of this round here, to take down 3 players, 2 of them in the beginning, so that's still scary. I mean, if to win a round you need one of your guys dropping a triple, that's not going to happen all the time, is it?
It's only going to happen when he has an AWP, right? Or at least it seems like. I think he's had 5 kills now with the AWP, but he's only got 6 frags. So basically, Nico, give him, like, cut off your own arm, sell it on the black market just to get the money to actually, you know, give this guy an AWP, because he's going to need it every round if that's what's getting him frags. And it's what is keeping Team Dignitas actually in this game. Fetish kind of, what? That was just a really awkward way to peek into Garage, and
I know what he was thinking. I know what he was thinking, but you're right. It's also like a really big risk, and they actually lost both their members in middle here. AC takes a fight, and Just trades, which maybe would have been forgivable if they had everyone else alive, but they certainly don't. Kirby walking in, Pyth again, odd angle. Sentry's going to win the fight with Pimp. That was looking way too good for Orbit. Now, what Fetish was thinking walking in here into main is he was worried someone boosted up on the red container, which is, it's just become such a common thing for Tees to do now. So I think he was just like trying to be one step ahead, but then there was a guy right in front of him, so it ended up looking really weird. Oh man, this is, I mean, Semmler, what is going on? What are my Danish brothers doing?
Dude, they clearly need some more work. Or at least this, you know, the one thing to be said, they are a bit of a new lineup, right, with Fetish calling the shots. And look at this spray down from Huiten. Right now, he's just holding calm. Maxi's there to save him in the end. So Huiten, they don't even have to spend the money to re-equip you. Huiten, like that eco round just got robbed from Team Dignitas. They were just like, we could get one frag. And then it just wasn't meant to be. But what's happening with Dignitas is, I think, it's just the way it looks, this map may not be in their rotation for prac. Maybe they're feeling a bit rusty on this map. They haven't had time to really look into it, so they're just kind of going for standard stuff and then risky stuff when the standard stuff doesn't work. And that's a problem.
Well, they're going to rush B this time. Middle didn't work last time, and Sentries and Huiten both getting some good kills in. The now TSM lineup, or the former Dignitas lineup with when Fetish was in it, did not play the cash at all either. They just simply didn't play it. So it could be that it's also just what's translated over. Fetish coming in as a captain and saying, "Nah, I'm not really, I'm not really feeling it. Let's play something else." So yeah, we could definitely see a different Dignitas on the second map, but it feels like the first map's kind of already like slipped out of their fingers. It'd be different right now if it was like 9-2 in favor of Orbit and Orbit were on the CT side. Then we'd be all positive and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. They just need like 5 rounds on this side and they're gonna be good. Right now, the best they can do is 5 rounds on the CT side, and that's not cool.
No, that's not cool at all, man. I mean, maybe T side is when it shifts around. As you said, you spoke with the AC. He says that they weren't feeling confident in their CT side. Maybe T side is the ticket. They can come up with some 6 strats, and Nico can provide entries, and everything will go hunky dory. I mean, you have to look for hope somewhere right now, because in this first half, there isn't a whole lot for the Danes.
It's hard to see, and I mean, again, Huiten spraying down AC through the smoke. Fetish also went down. He's got 1 kill at least, so he's got 1-1-12. I'm not sure what kind of agent you are at that point.
It's like what, that groundhog meme? Oh, well, they aren't winning, but I got 1 frag, so I kind of got that going for me, right?
Yes, that's where it's at. Nico looking straight at Pimp through the wall, so, more evidence that people are aim locking and stuff like that. It's going to be 5v3, and this is not how you're supposed to hold cash at all. In Orbit, as you pointed out really early on, actually, they're just playing so slowly, so confidently. They're not, even being this far ahead, they're not rushing anything at all. They kill Nico when the smoke is just clearing. Kirby with a really good shot, but it's obviously way too late in the round.
Yeah, and that's the real problem here. It's way too late in the round, and it's way too late in the map. It's almost like you should just be going for it at this point. Because you need to get rounds on the board. This is such a painful position for them to be in. They don't even have the money, though. That's the problem. They could attempt to go for it, but now they're just going to say, okay, we're going to hold on to our guns. Orbit, I'm surprised that they aren't hunting more for this. That they aren't like already across the map right now, just having figured it out, and they're like, okay, yeah, nobody's going to come over here. We should be going to get those rifles off of them. Because we know that they're broke. We know they don't have much money. They don't have 2 kopecks to rub together. So let's go and kill them and get those rifles off of them.
Kirby trying to do what AC did earlier, flashes himself in, but Sentries either wasn't flashed or just turned around really quickly. I didn't actually see, so they're gonna lose one of the guns. I think you're right, actually, that like at that point when you're this far ahead, because there's no way you can't actually be eco anymore unless you buy like many Negevs in the same round. You might as well just delay the bomb plant. Just put it down when there's 4 seconds left, and everyone else hunting at that point in time. That would almost be worth doing, but I mean that's like an extreme. Maybe Orbit is just feeling a little bit, merciful here. Feel like
or they just don't want to take any risks, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it, right? They don't want to get ahead of themselves.
And we've been applauding them for that much. I mean, they're consistently not doing dumb things.
They're consistently beasting Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that's surprising, but I think some of the teams, at least that Pyth has been in the past, have actually suffered from this very thing, that they've been taking too many risks once, especially once things are going well, which is like I guess like a really common mistake. You get off to a good start and you feel so confident, you feel like there's no way we can lose this. We already have like 5 rounds on the T side and they have none. Let's go. And then all of a sudden it ends up 10-5 and you lose all the rest of the rounds. So They have not done that so far. Pyth will go down this time. They were sort of double teaming in over by the discreet door. Maxi runs backwards, and I think he dinked Nico down to 10. So now it's going to be all up to AC. Good kill coming in there. Goes for a second one. Takes down Maxi. So they might get a third round. Semmler, bring out the champagne.
Oh yeah, man. I got the baguette.
Yeah.
Like, this is big.
Let's celebrate.
I mean, 3 rounds, 4 rounds basically. That's like 4 rounds best case scenario for your CT side on cash. This is rough. This is really rough. Orbit are really just taking their time. I'm surprised that that they didn't manage to pick off Nico a little bit faster on that side. Or was it Kirby on that side? I believe it was Kirby, but no, it was not Kirby. Who was on that side? Was it AC?
AC, yes.
It was AC, yes, sitting on the bomb side itself. But at the same time, you know, it's tough to keep yourself dialed tight when everything seems to be going your way, right? You aren't exactly having to battle too hard.
Well, look at this. They got that boost Semmler that we all love, but that not always works. And actually, especially now that Orbit is not there, it's definitely not going to work. But it's still fun to see, and that's not going to, like, it's not like if things did that earlier, that would have made a big difference. I think they just need to land the entry kills a lot earlier, like they did this time. Maxi going down, although Pimp was tagged in the beginning by Pyth, all the way over at the B bomb site. Now it's going to be an A push, and it's still 55 seconds. They need that one opening that they've been so good at getting so far, and that's going to happen right there. Fetish goes down, Kirby in the corner, dodges the one flash, and he's going to be unflashed by the time the second one pops. So 4v4, and backup is coming. The bomb is down, and look at Kirby, great triple spray down. That's really important, and the grenade won't even take him down to sentries here. I mean, the Tech 9 is good, but it's not going to be that good, and they will finish 11-4.
And that's just so to illustrate how things can go, right? Kirby, right place, right time, keeps his cool, and they line up for him. And there you go, Dignitas get around. But Kirby's got to be going like, why couldn't this happen in the 4th round? Like, why couldn't this happen earlier on in the half? Because it doesn't make much of a difference. You know, one thing goes their way, and Dignitas, we could be looking at a different half here. Maybe they didn't get stuck in that hole where they're constantly having to eco and they're never able to establish a bank. That's the story of the first half, essentially. Orbit just choking Dignitas out. But now we get a fresh start. Second half, and Orbit up 11 rounds on their CT side to start. That's incredible.
Yeah, you can't really lose this pistol round. I mean, it's right now it's Dignitas to win because they want the confidence and they want to, you know, just make Orbit feel a little bit less confident going into the second map. But winning it from here on out is almost impossible, I would say. Quitten with a good kill in there. Going to pick up a second one as well. So, well, the bomb is inside, but actually they're still fighting even before the bomb is planted, which is a big risk right now. Nico going to get punished. That's a 4th headshot from Quitten. He's going to go for the pistol ace, and he almost gets it. AC being a little bit annoying at the end there. What a round from the Swedish sniper.
Yeah. Dude, Sky Kitten, man, he's showing he's got claws. Like, what is that? But then, just ridiculous. And, well, there you go, Orbit. They keep their cool. The rush coming in from Dignitas, but they clearly got enough of a warning. They saw that Dignitas weren't trying any funny business, that they really were committing to the site. I did like that Dignitas kind of tried to delay the bomb plant, just to see if they could bring it back to a 3-on-3. But if you're going to do that, you need to get, like, 1 kill, right? And unfortunately, the Danes, they didn't manage it. Now we see the Danes, basically, they've been forced into a corner. They have to go for this kind of full YOLO play.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking at this point. I don't know if they want to try and extend it to regain confidence, or if they just want to get it over with so they can move on to their own map, which I think is Dust 2.
Yes, Dust 2 will be the second map in this.
Yeah. Which is not, I mean, it's not like, that's not going to be easy against Orbit either, but you gotta hope that Dignitas have got something cool planned, and that Nico can, like, tear them apart, basically. He's been hitting some alright shots, but he's not been hitting, like, amazing shots either. It's mostly been pickoffs in the middle to begin with, and that's alright, but it's, you know, it's not the Nico we're expecting here. He goes down! Maybe I cursed him. Pyth still waiting in the corner with FAMAS in hand. AC's gonna drop next, and finally, they get to kill him. Good kill from Fetish, but it might have been too late regardless. It's going to be a 2v3, and they're both very low on health right now.
Yeah, the damage is already done. So Fetish gets picked up on that site. He gets the bomb plant down, so there is that. Team Dignitas will be able to get another buy in the next round. This is still a 1v2 play, but Kirby is so very low on HP. If they spot him like that, it's just timing. Coming around the corner at the right time, and you collect the frag. But at least Dignitas, they get to pass go, and they get a bonus $800, right? So they have that going for them. They can keep buying if they want to.
And they probably will. I mean, even though it's not that impressive, and we do have a pause. The Orbit trying to like prolong the pain here, saying we'll give you a pause to just feel for a moment how bad of a position you're in. Just let it linger.
Really, yeah, exactly. To really soak it in. Yeah. Go ahead. Wallow in your pity, in your self-pity. If it really is the case that Dignitas don't play this map, I don't think this is going to affect them over much. Like this should be a map in that case that they're going to try and do their best on. They're going to get their eye in, just try and get some shots in, and then it's all going to be about Dust 2 basically. It's just very odd to really like lose that hard than the ban pick, right? For Dignitas. Because if you go into it and you're just like, yeah, we start on a map that we never ever play, it's not exactly a confidence builder to just get beat up on your first map of a best of 3.
No, definitely not. But I think you're right. They should be focusing on the fact that we normally don't play this map. Let's not get too excited. Let's just take it slow. And next up is Dust 2. We've got Nico. We've got everyone else helping out. Kirby also been really good on that map in the past, and then we should be safe. But I don't know. Just Counter-Strike crashing. All right. Well, we'll be good to go in a second then.
Maybe it's the wire or something.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those cases.
I mean,
the thing is, he's not Danish though, so it's all good. We won't be growing gray beards by the time he gets back, right?
Yeah, hopefully
he's
not.
Norwegian.
Right? How are they with the wire? I don't know. No Steam logon. Oh, Gaben.
Oh, it's that. Gaben, thank you.
Trolling us all the way. By the way, we do have another match later on that we did not even mention, but that's Planet Key versus Virtus Pro, also in a best of 3. So that should be actually quite interesting to see. I mean, Virtus Pro have been looking shaky lately, so I mean, now might actually be like one of the few times where Planet Key would have a shot at upsetting them if that's going to be the case. So I'm not saying it's very likely, but because Virtus Pro obviously are the favorite team in that game, but should be a fun game regardless. But that's coming up later tonight. Unpause has happened, and we are ready to resume the pain train. It only slows down for a moment here in Orbit. I mean, yeah, they will buy on the Dignitas side. No big surprise there.
Yeah, but contrary to the past where the pain train was yellow and black, I think the new one is blue and yellow.
Yeah, it feels like it, right?
It's definitely feeling like that train. It's changed tracks.
Ooh.
Although Nico, he heard me and he decided to try and make up for that somewhat.
That was actually a very nice scout shot there. But Python, who else is it? Well, Sentry's moving along. Now Python is the one moving up here. 2 good entry frags in favor of Team Dignitas. But look at Python. He's just ready and waiting. Going to take down Nico. And that actually is the bomb going down. Not that he could really hold his position on his own. Someone should be coming in. But that's still really annoying as a terrorist side. Now they're sort of wondering what the hell's happening. Why are we losing members in the middle of the lineup?
And you could see that instant reaction. You're right. I mean, that instant reaction from the team was to sit tight, not move, and just wait and see what was actually going on. What the hell? And then Pyth just steps in and gets a double headshot. He's going for the quad. He's going to get it. And now it's just going to be Kirby. Can he actually catch him out? I think they know exactly where he is as well. He started to push for the A site, and he takes out sentries. So this is now going to be the 1v2 scenario here. Can the young buck get the job done? He's got the AK, and he gets the headshot on Pyth. And there you go. That's what we're talking about. Into a 1v1.
But Jumpy's running back to cover the bomb like he should. There's 25 seconds here. Kirby coming in as well. He does spot out Jumpy, so now it's going to be basically a stream aim battle here. Bit of a smoke as well, and Jumpy playing the edge of it here. Kirby almost with the spray down. 15 seconds left. He's got the bomb, but he's going to have to fight right now. The flash is up as well, and Jumpy's on 13 health. 10 seconds left. He's just trying to find him, but Kirby has no idea. Jumpy trying to dodge around, but he's going to go down. A nice 1v3 from Kirby, starting off with a deagle kill. But that double kill in the beginning from Pipe, that looked almost unreal. Like, the way they lined up and the way both bullets hit headshots, that was some creepy stuff.
He willed it to happen. It's just Pyth, the power of Pyth. I mean, I'm impressed with Kirby, man. Deagle and then the AK without taking a point of damage, and then he just beasts him 1v3. Like, okay, Kirby, I'm glad that you're able to put some damage out there, man. Put on a good show for us all here. I mean, this is the first map after all. We want to keep it going a little bit. Want to see a bit more cash out of both of these teams. Oh, and look at this. The Molotov going behind quad boxes. They want to try and force sentries out. He's already taken good nade damage, but he's still alive. And this is now going to be Kirby taking point. Can he do it again?
Nice shot from sentries, but should still be a pretty easy round from here on out. from the Dignitas team. Just got to make sure they don't give up too many kills either. And Jumpy's going to be last man standing, so... Would be nice if Fetish could get this kill, just make things a little bit better for himself. He is fighting Jumpy at the moment. He's going to go down. Fetish is 2, 4, and 18. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Not on any map.
Yeah, Fetish is definitely having a rough map. You know why, I think?
Go on.
It's because he doesn't have a Dignitas logo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think odd man out, you know, that's what's going on here. It's the power of Dignitas. If you listen to Odie, right, you would always have your Dignitas logo. You probably get a tattoo like Odie has, right? And you just feel the power all the time.
Maybe that's the key. I don't know. So his avatar right now is very interesting, and I'm so sad to actually instantly recognize the picture, even though it's small. It's like, yeah, I know where that's from, but nice look at this. Smokes up the middle, kind of like Hellraisers would do sometimes, just smoking off the center of the middle and trying to see if you can make intervents, which AC does pretty much flawlessly. Where are they going to go with it, though? The bomb is making its way towards A, so, you know, with mid-control, push A like that, it could definitely work.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to come down to sentries now. And he's listening. He hears them coming up short. This is now all about Pyth. He's holding on point. Kirby taking point coming in from Squeak Door, but Pyth is now cornered on this site. He has nowhere to go. He takes one with him at least, and there's a good job from Pyth. Much better than just getting overrun and not getting anything out of it. So now it's all down to the rotation coming out here from Orbit.
Fetish, they almost got a double kill because they lined up for him, but it went the other way. Nico is in the back of the site with a teammate of his. That's Kirby back there as well. Bomb ticking, but a bit slowly, though. Some good kills happening now for the Danish Shine, and they might be able to claim a 7th round here, as Maxi's going to be low on health as well. He gets the point-blank shot, but he's not going to suspect that there's another guy behind here, so instantly goes down, no problem at all. And that's hard for Maxi to play. Can't really blame him for losing that round. Kirby, though, with another triple kill. I mean, he's rocking 18 kills on a team where, well, I guess it's him and AC mainly carrying the show at the moment.
It seems like it. Nico's doing good work as well, just keeping his cool back there behind that site, or behind quad boxes, right? You know, it's that mind game, you're right. You know, Kirby goes down, no reason to think there'd be a second man back there. But it's also good calls coming out from Fetish. I mean, going for that A split, Kirby pushing at the correct time, minimizing the damage that Pyth could do. A lot of it is coming down to good shots, but what happened? AC just got obliterated.
Yeah, he was flashed and then Jumpy tickled him to death with the USPS. That took it took an hour to get that kill, basically. But, you know, if you're flashed long enough, it's going to work. That was really, really funny. And I think what AZ's going to be asking more than anything else is, where was my backup? Why couldn't someone have been shooting back at him? But I guess they were all flashed. Man, Jumpy, that's cruel. You're already winning. He's the only one covering the site, though, so I'd be impressed if he get a second kill. In fact, he could just get grenaded down in this back corner if they're going to be really, really brutal about it.
It should be impossible, right?
Oh.
USP, he gets the headshot. He still gets a headshot on Fetish, but Fetish gets a 3rd frag, Anders. It can happen.
He's on his way. You know, maybe it's slow to start, but certainly better than nothing. That grenade actually bounced off the corner, otherwise it would have landed right in front of Jumpy, so, I mean, I almost got that right. Nico covering the back line against a couple of pistols coming in here. Just needs to hold on to the AWP. That's too expensive for a rifle to give up at this point.
Yeah, at this point you want him to be your exit man, or at least have the cleanest way off of this site. But Sentries has been spotted. They now know there's at least one CT member back here, so there it is. That sets it up for the bait. Wait, then lying in wait will get picked up, and the remaining CT members get cleaned up. But that was still not too bad, actually. The fact that they were able to draw the attention to T-spawn and then have Hoyten just lying in wait there and actually land the shot when he needed to, doing a little bit of damage.
I mean, it's 8-13, so actually I have to express a certain... yeah, I'm a bit impressed here by Dignitas, actually, that they even made it this far. I thought they would be out long ago, but they won 4 rounds in a row here after losing the pistol on the terrorist side. So clearly something is working a lot better on the terrorist side than it is on the CT side, which is weird for a team that, you know, involves Fetish. Usually it's supposed to be the other way around. But they're actually doing a pretty good job right now. For them to make a full comeback, I mean, it involved winning another 5 rounds just to equalize the score and then sort of continue winning. So I don't know. 8 plus 4 in a row. They need to win 12 rounds in a row here.
It would be, yeah, one hell of a journey. There's no doubt about that. Where do they go, however, after that? The bomb has been dropped. Actually, it looks like we lost somebody.
Who did we lose?
We lost Nico.
Oh, no.
So that's a problem. He's been doing good work for Dignitas. I mean, he's not leading the board, but with that AWP, he's a real threat. And if he's not on the map, Orbit aren't going to be too... I don't think Orbit are going to be too hard-pressed here. That's a real problem for Dignitas. That's some real bad timing.
It'd be hard to start losing rounds because of that at the very least. That's something that really shouldn't happen. Sentries, though, with a really good triple kill, taking down Fetish as well, and Pimp. I don't know if Nico would have made the big difference this round, but I mean, it's always going to put your team off balance when someone disconnects like that. So Sentries, the Norwegian player, stepping up with a good triple, and Orbit back in line, route towards winning.
And let's see if we were given a reason for this drop as well. Maybe, I mean, both teams were saying that they were having some difficulties with CS, or at least that the game was disconnecting randomly for them. So I'm wondering if that's the case right now with Nico. There wasn't a word said though. He just vanished. So, man, talk about horrid timing. However, I mean, Dignitas, they needed that round because now Orbit are sitting on 14. They're off. They're one off of map point. I mean, that's a real problem here now for Dignitas, who are going to have to go into a 4-spy scenario as well because they had spent all of their money in the 22nd round. They had spent everything they had. So for them to have to go through here and just go for a 4-spy to try and keep Orbit off of that map point, that's a real problem for the Danes.
It definitely is, and if they were already frustrated losing that badly on the first half, just to sort of revisit that first half, it was 11-4 in favor of Orbit on the terrorist side of Cash. So you gotta imagine the Danes were frustrated already. Now you're finally, we're finally starting to win, and things are looking better. And then all of a sudden, you lose a member, and probably Orbit bounce back into the game. That has got to be frustrating. Maxi's saying he needs a toilet break. I mean, I guess that's alright. Kirby giving the green light, saying yes. So they're not that mad either. They're not trying to win by forcing them to sit legs crossed or whatever.
Yeah, just talking to Fetish real quick, making sure that his little quip was noticed, that he knows that we saw it. So, if it's wire, oh, that would be the case. Even if it was just a flat disconnect, you still have to load up all the wire info, which is the anti-cheat. So, yes. It takes time. Every time somebody drops out, it's just going to take time for them to get back in. I mean, when was that? Was that the Gamescom qualifier that felt like it lasted 30 years? Because we constantly had to just pause like halfway, like every 3 or 4 rounds we had to pause so that somebody could reload the wire.
There was some stuff like that, yes. I think we had a couple of issues there. It seems to affect some people more than others, and Fetish is falling asleep as well. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. What day is it today? Oh, it's not Fetish's day to work late hours, I guess. That's on Wednesdays,
no, that's
right?
Wednesday. That's on Wednesday. Might be a reason why he's struggling today though, because he works, I think he works like 12 or 14 hours on Wednesday, so it's just really hard on him. So to come back in and play on Thursday, maybe he's still kind of recovering from that long day. Don't know.
It could be. It could
not
be.
to make excuses, right? But that is a really harsh schedule.
Yeah, but it is uncommon to see Fetish, this low on the scoreboard basically. But I think everyone has like a game every once in a while where it's just like nothing connects and it just doesn't feel natural. The other thing to realize, actually, we didn't really bring this up, but apart from Cobblestone being reworked, they also reworked some of how the sound actually works in the game when you're closer to people. So, not that that's the reason why Fetish isn't necessarily doing badly, but it could be that actually all players are like going to need just a couple of days of readjustment to how that works.
I didn't notice a big change. I don't know if that's something particular. I actually noticed like sound coming from different places, so I don't know if that was just me, but it was a bit off today, after the update at least. Maybe it's going to take some getting used to.
What sounds were they? Semmler, were they voices? Were they telling you to do things? Because, don't do that.
That's alright, Ben is here.
Alright.
I'm not alone.
That's a voice I do miss in my ear, though. You can tell him that.
Yeah, man.
It's 5-3 right now, and Orbit with some really good openings here. Dignitas with very little equipment. Maxi's going to take down AC, sort of halfway through the smoke there. The rest just going to YOLO into the B-bomb site, but it doesn't actually work out that well as they already lose one member. Pimp's going to go down as well, and that's map point for Orbit. Not too surprisingly, but it is a bit of a shame that the break in the win streak for Dignitas happens just as Nico disconnects, and that's going to be annoying.
Yeah, and look at what they're having to do. It's like 2 rounds running now where they just have to go for a force buy what they can, cross their fingers, and hope that it's going to work. I mean, look at what's happening now. It's just going to be a straight B rush, it looks like. They aren't wasting any time now, Dignitas. Smoke goes down, but they've got the CZs, they've got the Tech 9s, and they're looking to do damage.
Coming in the vents as well. Kritten stolen the Tech 9. He's just going to keep firing. Even if he doesn't have a target, he's just shooting at the walls. So they trade evenly, which is obviously going to work out better for Dignitas at this point. Grenade out to soften up Maxi a little bit, and Pimp is covering the vents. Bomb is about to go down as well. And Dignitas could win this round. Give themselves a little bit more time, though. Pimp, oh, that's a nice flick there. Almost 90 degrees to take down Maxi, but Python sentries are still left, and they're going to try and retake this bomb site with not that much time left, actually.
No, they really don't, but they have 2 kits. Problem is now they have to worry about the crossfire scenario. Pyth does find AC, however, so that leaves them time to find Fetish, who's camping the back of the site with the Deagle, and the timing, it just does not work out for Fetish. He still gets the frag, and it's buying time. Sentry's dancing with Fetish, and this is exactly how it has to go. Dignitas, they will collect the round. Sentries, he will go and get Fetish at the end, but it doesn't matter at that point. Dignitas, they've got the round on the board.
Yeah, I don't know what... It seemed like Sentry's corpse was doing something really unpleasant to Fetish's corpse there in the corner, so we'll just skip past that. Although I did happen to take a big, a big picture of them there just to commemorate the moment. It's now the 25th round up, and even if Dignitas win that round, they're going to have to play basically 6 rounds in a row here without making any mistakes. And they got 4 in a row as their sort of max currently, but maybe it could be done. If they force overtime at this point, I'm going to be impressed.
Ooh. What? Very interesting position. Well, for Huiten, it works out perfect. He decides to peek again. He still gets another frag, though. Pimp, a little bit late on the trigger there. He will make up for it, however, by picking up 2 frags of his own. So that brings it back to a 3-on-3. But that was definitely very close there at the middle of that battle. It comes back Dignitas' way, and now they have an advantage going into this B take. But for a second, their Orbit definitely had a clean line.
Jumpy. Oh, shot through the smoke, and Sentry's now covering the crossover here. Fetish, or sorry, Pimp actually doesn't have to cross. He can just wait in that corner. Fetish is going to run back again towards Check-It, and Pyth is here in the vents waiting. Sentry's on the other side. They're going to need to coordinate this really well, and they got to get at least 1 entry. Underhand flash in through. Grenade to the back line, just checking if anyone is there. And he's going to try it one more time, and then he's probably going to go on it right here. Fetish goes down. Pyth with the opening. Sentry's walking in from the other angle. He's going to get that kill, and now it's Pimp in the corner. And Pyth will go down as well. That's an ace from Pimp, surviving on 19 health. What a round here from the Danish player, tying himself up with Kjærby, who's top fragging. 20 kills each. And we're going to move on in this game. Just a little bit longer. Wow.
What was I saying, Anders? He had those rings on. I put them on, gave him a little buff, a little shine on his shirt before this match started. Pimp is looking real good right now. He's definitely been doing a lot of work, but there's the aggressive push coming out mid from Orbit, and they just managed to overwhelm Fetish right off the bat. This really isn't Fetish's night, man. He is really he's getting the short end of the stick every round, it feels like.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's gonna have to end at one point. I hope that we can get like a short break in between first and second map, so he can like go and get himself a coffee or something. Just try and get back into the mix here. Still a 3v3 right now as Maxi's taking down 2 people with the USPS, which is actually pretty cool. And now he's sneaking under, just trying to see if he can find the kill. Huiten moving on inside the bomb site, gonna maybe run into Pimp in the backline here. Nico actually is the guy covering backline, but he's gonna end up taking the kill on Nico. AC will take 1 more. Now it's a 2v2. That bomb is ticking, and they do not have a kit picked up, so they got to move a lot faster than this. And Pimp, I think he realizes they really don't have time anymore. So even if he dies here, it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, it's not the best, though. Sentries just keep Pimp on this site. Make sure that bomb blows up. There you go. There is no time now for Pimp. This is very well done by Sentries. Yep. Very well done. They couldn't get the kill. I mean, they couldn't get the defuse, but they still managed to just make that as costly a round as possible for Team Dignitas. Every single member now has to spend money to re-up, and they only really go off of the win money there. So they were cutting it a little close. Pimp is actually going to have to go without Kevlar, and Fetish has no Kevlar either, just to be able to skimp and get full rifles and nades.
Well, 11 to 15. I mean, the one thing that's really interesting is that even though they've lost a couple of rounds in a row here, Orbit, their round loss bonus is still not perfect, and you don't have like any kind of bank or anything, so I don't know, it could be done. It could be done. But they just gotta avoid getting entry fragged. They gotta find a way to find an opening. And they are playing very, very passively right now, Team Dignitas, and you can't really blame them. More than anything, they wish that Orbit would just take a peek somewhere and give up a person.
Basically, get impatient, go for a peek, try and get information for your team. Orbit know that they can just sit. Kirby, he tags up sentries once again, having success with that wallbang through Squeak Door. That is ridiculous. The fact that he hits that timing right, and there's Nico once again getting the opening frag for Team Dignitas. I mean, it feels like he's been doing it consistently all game long. Now it's up to the rest of Dignitas to step up the plate and follow up on that.
Mid is completely open, and Dignitas are realizing that. Now, obviously, they don't have the overview that we do, but they're still making a good call right here. They're going to get into checkers and in towards the B bomb sign, and this could be good. Look at Jumpy, though, looking at the edge of the smoke. He's going to be basically surrounded in a couple of seconds, so he has to get a kill quick. Nico going down. Jumpy gets a double hit and picking up one as well. Great hold from Jumpy. That's really impressive. He should have died after that first kill, probably. Now, Pimp, instead of defending, is going to go aggressive against Pyth, who's kind of ready for it, and Pyth almost goes down regardless. That AK is still a powerful tool, and Pyth, he will fall. So now it's on sentries here. 1v2. He's got the M4 in hand. No kit once again, so the clock is really ticking on him.
And that's going to be it. Pimp, very clean work there at the end. Not like the one-shot headshot, but still managing to pick up the frag, managing to basically get the round-winning frag on Kirby, or no, on Pyth. The fact that he was able to just pick off Pyth in CT, do a lot of damage to him, and we know that Pyth was glass cannon there, so he just didn't have the he couldn't take a fight straight up. So the fact that Pimp picks him up, it's almost an unwinnable situation at that point for Orbit. So just really big round there from Pimp in the end for Dignitas.
And Orbit back on pistols a little while longer, but I mean now the round loss bonus is going to start really helping them out, so that they can probably buy for Dignitas 13th and 15th round. They're going to have enough of a bank to do that, even if they lose. So that's good news for them. Dignitas not going to at least fall to an eco here as they're picking up kills left and right, and that's really, really important. They even know where Kritten is, so they can just go and put the bomb down or try and really fight him if they want to, but they don't have to at this point. Kritten looking for the kill. Will pick it up. Fetish happily baiting out Pimp, and I don't blame him. He needs the kills more than Pimp does. He's up to 6 now.
He's just like, yeah. Pimp, stand right there. You're going to get the frag. That's what Fetish was saying, right? You know? I'm the caller. Trust me. This time, let's see here. Orbit. Well, now after that eco, though, Orbit now have the money. The thing is, they're rapidly running out of space. Team Dignitas, they're just so close. I almost want to call them the Wolves, the Copenhagen Wolves, just because, man, they're working as a pack right now. On the offensive, it looks like they're really difficult to handle. Orbit are clearly struggling with this offense.
So actually, there are 2 people who wouldn't be able to buy this time if Orbit lost the round, which is big. I mean, even Sentries would be struggling, but he'd have like 3,700 or something like that if they lost the round. So I guess he could still go for it from us at least. But the other 2 won't be able to. That's Pyth and then also Maxaki. Jumpy and Kritten are going to have enough with the round loss bonus to just make it through. So things are starting to get a little bit tense, in fact, for Orbit. And if it goes to overtime from this point out, that's almost ridiculous. I can't recall the last time I've seen that kind of a comeback from a team being that far down on CT side. Nice shot from Max. He actually just kind of ran while shooting right through the electric box here. Sentries flashed out, and now Dignitas going to try and make their way through. Pimp with the opening frag. They got to check this back corner, though. Pyth is ready and waiting, and Maxi's here with the AWP. Gets a headshot on Pimp, and this is looking good. Pyth goes down, though. And Maxi also taking a little bit of damage. They're inside the bomb site, and the bomb is going to go down here. This is big for Dignitas.
Oh, this is looking fantastic for Dignitas at this point. Man advantage and decent positions as well, and they still have Fetish lurking behind. So not everybody is locked onto this bomb site for Dignitas. So this is all now down to Orbit, who then has to spot out the man behind Forklift. But All Team Dignitas have to do at this point is just sit and hold these angles. Fetish is even running away at this point. There's just not going to be enough time. And you can see this in Orbit's play right now. They're just backing up, going to try and hold on to these guns. It's very valuable for Huiten with that AWP. But Jumpy, if he can hold on to that M4 as well, maybe they can get some kind of buy going in the next round.
Yeah, Jumpy actually did decide not to fight Kievi, which is definitely the right move. Getting a kill right now doesn't make any difference to Jumpy at all, but saving the rifle is so big. These two rifles mean basically Orbit are going to have a full buy this round, so that's really big for them, and really well played on the Swedish part here. It's going to be 15-14. I don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. I mean, I knew the Dignitas weren't going to be good on cash, but I thought Orbit would be way stronger on the CT side, and they've proven to be pretty much as bad as Dignitas are. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, right. Nothing seems... Well, I think it's a lot of pimp, it's a lot of Kirby, it's a lot of just the individual talent, right? That fragging power coming to the fore on Dignitas' side. Nico providing entry frags, AC providing it this time around, catches Pyth out, and now Dignitas, once again, they have that man advantage. And Fetish, this is when he's going to be in his element. He's just going to sit there and start planning out exactly where Orbit are going to start rotating, what the enemy team is going to look like, and he'll decide. B-site, guys. B-site. Voluptuous letters. That's what we're all about right now.
And they make that decision just as Huiten is going to be running away, leaving Jumpy alone in sight. So, I mean, the fact that they've traded evenly right now is not going to help Jumpy. He gets a shot on on Fetish running into the checkered room, so doing some significant damage. Backup is shown up as well. Jumpy getting the one kill here, Pimp returning, and Nico with a kill. Oh, we could see overtime at this point. Sentries and Maxi, how are they going to come back into this game?
By playing patiently at this point, but Maxi, he's taking a bit of a risk. He realizes they have to make something happen. They're too far behind. Pip gets flashed into CT and takes out Sentries, and Maxi is now alone, 1v3. Gets the no-scope onto Pip, 2 quick frags, and Nico isn't in the best position to stop this from happening. Maxi has a kit, and he's just going to bait Nico out, but he misses the shot. Maxi, you are not allowed to lose this. Not in that position.
Oh,
That
wow.
is heartbreaking for Orbit. Maxi, he could have had that shot on Nico right there.
What a way to end it. We're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Off of 2 11-4 halves on either side. Both teams could only get 4 rounds on the CT side. And it's even more incredible that Orbit only managed it because they actually won the pistol and the follow-up round. So, I don't know what to say. I'm actually shocked. Completely shocked. I did not think that was even remotely possible for either team.
Man, it demonstrates the kind of experience that's on Team Dignitas. Like the players, the caliber of the player there. Right now, the fact that Fetish probably able to keep his cool and keep his players going 1 round at a time. They probably just got into this rhythm where they weren't even thinking about the score. They were just going round through round through round. And then before you know it, all of a sudden, we're only like 2 rounds away, guys. We're only 3 rounds away. And then it's possible. And now they just bought that second chance here, Dignitas. And we're going to have to see. It's all going to be about this CT side here for Orbit. This first round right here to set the pace. And they cannot afford to give up the entry frag again to Nico. So do not peek. Play it careful. Play it safe.
Orb on either side. Not that much mid-control for the Orbit team, but definitely possible to string something together here. Pyth doing some damage to Kebby, but they're just sort of exchanging right now. It is really, really important to get that entry frag right now. And Pyth is doing the majority of the damage at the moment. But look at the Fetish sneaking his way up here. The vent is popped, and if he sees it, he might realize what's going on. But he's got to be careful there isn't a pop flash coming in, because that's a very common way to peek. Just have Jumpy throw a flashbang, and then have Huiten sort of run back quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're going for at some point here. Well, there's the flash from Jumpy. He's peeking it out, and goes in. Huiten not going to peek. Takes down Pimp before he does it, then Fetish to fall. Really good stuff. They have lost Jumpy inside the bomb site, though.
Yep, and Dignitas are going to be able to get out onto that site. Nade onto Kirby, nearly takes him out. Nico's down to 19 HP as well. These HEs coming in from Orbit are just doing serious damage. But the bomb gets planted, and now it's going to be retake. And Orbit already off to a strong start. Man advantage. AC and Nico pinned down on the site, and Huiten taking his time. Not peeking too far here from Checkered. He's going to set it up for his mates instead with the flashes.
Nico needs that opening frag here. The bomb is ticking. He's going to take down Huiten next in line. Might have been Pyth there. He will go down, and Sentries to fall, and they're going to win the 2v3. That's AC and Nico just saving Team Dignitas, and they win the first round of the overtime. Wow. This is nuts.
That's pretty much what I was saying right there. Especially Nico's second shot on the sentries, just like the execution AWP point blank. Like sentries look away, you know. Sentry's not even looking at him, and that's agony right there for Orbit. Because I'm sure they felt like they could get that done. You know, they probably felt like they could get this. They could actually execute this retake and get an advantage. But now Dignitas, they just keep on with the pressure, keep pouring it on. I mean, the other side to this coin is these rounds are crucial for Dignitas as well, because we all saw how weak their CT side is. So Dignitas got a great start, and in this round, an even better one. Nico and Fetish, 2 entries.
Man, Nico's fast. When he's really on point, he's so fast. Just at like this, even flick shots are good and everything, but just clicking his mouse fast enough is like a really simple skill. He's gonna take down Pyth as well, leaving sentries. Even if they walk into the bomb site where he's at here, for him to survive, probably not gonna happen. Wow. 17 to 15.
It's looking pretty grim here. There's the shot, Fetish. This time throwing AC to the Wolves. He's not concerned. He will just throw players away left and right. You know, he needs to get frags on the board again. He needs to get double digits, Anders. Do you believe in Fetish? Do you think that he will get double digits?
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of progressively been killing more and more people in this game, so maybe it's just like a really slow warm-up. Maybe by the time we reach Dust 2, he's going to be dropping like 30 and 40 bombs, just getting better and better all the time. Fetish goes down, so I mean, you might have cursed him here, Semmler, just pointing that out. But Maxi also died, so a pretty good trade for the terrorist side. They can drop sentries here, but the auto sniper is a great weapon for this position, because even if it gets smoked out, it's still going to be pretty effective.
Yeah, exactly. Usually you see it played from like NBK corner or quad boxes, where you just have this straight line across both Squeak door and the main entrance to A site. But using it from CT can be just as effective, you know, for reasons that we just saw right there. Easy pick, easy life, and Orbit are up 1 man now holding.
I'm so confused about this setup from Orbit. I'm glad that they finally get another man in position here, but yeah, they moved the auto sniper away just after we credited them with having such a good position. Now it's Pimp and AC left, and they're in a 2v3. This is Orbit's round. They got to take it, otherwise they could end up losing this map, and that would be completely devastating, I think, to the Swedish team. They're gonna be very, very angry if that happens. AC makes it a 2v2. Pimp with the shot as well. Has the AWP, and it's all on Jumpy here, trying to see if he can get back in and retake the bomb site. Grenade, it might kill AC. In fact, it will. Pimp, last man standing now, coming into it, looking for the shot. Walks out with the pistol. Jumpy gets it, and he's got enough time for the defuse. So great play on his part.
Surprised that Pimp decided to re-peek behind that when he could have played behind the boxes. A little bit of pressure there getting to Pimp, giving a round away. That was definitely interesting. But still, great play there, and Orbit are able to keep control. So now, well, I mean, this isn't quite over. I mean, this is MR6, right? So, or MR5. So we still have a ways to go. 1 more round in this half. And Dignitas, no, 2 rounds left in the half, but Dignitas, they've got opportunities to do more damage here. Although Pyth looks like he's going to be the man setting it up this time around for the Swedes.
Great job from Pyth. The triple kill finally going to go down to Kjaerbye, but again, this 2-on-3 is kind of like what they were in last time, except the bomb was down, so they had that working for them. Dignitas, and Kjaerbye is very low on health at this point in time. Maxi waiting for Nico to take a peek, and once he does, it's going to be a kill. Kjaerbye not going to make it happen. He gets bombed twice, trying to put down the bomb, and we'll be at 17-17. So that's actually 2 in a row for Orbit here in the overtime. That has to be huge, considering they only got 4 in the normal 15 rounds. So big rounds coming right now for the Swedes.
Yeah, that's the point that stands out right now. What is going on? They're waking up Orbit. And that's what has to happen here for the Swedes to have a shot. Dignitas as well. They're able to keep the pressure up, getting plants, making sure that the money is staying fairly stable with them, so they'll be able to just keep the pressure up on Orbit, not let them get comfortable. But now, what's left for Dignitas? What's left for them to go for, apart from just get entries and play off of that?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maxi in a good position to take down Pimp, though, and we're looking for the first team to 21 rounds at this point in time. So 17-17, I mean, normally I'd be happy with Dignitas getting 2 out of 5 rounds in overtime, but the way this map is played out, they might need the last one here.
Agreed. I think they need any kind of edge, and, well, Pyth is not interested in sharing. This time around, Kirby just not having any luck trying to get out of that squeak door. And so now, Nico rotating around with that bomb. He's looking like it's going to be an A play, but Pyth is waiting. Oh, he looks away! He looks away just as AC comes walking past, but he still gets the frag, and it's just going to be Nico alive now, 1v4. Odds are looking pretty slim here for the Dane.
Yeah, makes it up behind Forklift, but they were double waiting for him down by Truck, Auto Sniper, and AWP, so 18-17. And we're going to go to the second half of overtime. If Orbit can win 3 rounds here on the C side, then they're going to walk away with a victory. If not, then, you know, either Dignitas do it, win 4 rounds on their side, or it's more overtime. That's also always a factor.
More overtime.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I was just going to say, while we're waiting here, a big thanks to everyone who's joining us, of course. You're just on time here for the first map, and a big thanks to everyone who's been donating through the link over at CSGO Lounge. We appreciate that as well. But this second half here of the overtime is going to be pretty crucial, because at this point, like, when you've been playing Cash for so long, once you win or lose, that's going to also have an impact on the next map coming up, Dust 2. So if you lose at this point, man, you're going to be angry. You're going to be frustrated.
oh, yeah, dude. This is heartbreaking. To battle back. Hell, to battle back in this kind of scenario, yeah, you do not want it to end like that. And what are we waiting on exactly at this point? Surprised that we have such a long break. I'd imagine the teams would want to get right back into it without wasting too much time.
I don't know.
Did we see a message? No. I imagine they're allowed to have a couple breaks between, or a couple of minutes break between halves, but would expect that both of these teams wouldn't want to waste too much time. Apart from perhaps Dignitas wanting to talk over their CT side, see if they can't, you know, pinpoint what exactly went wrong in the regular time. To see if they can't fix.
How can we get entry frags on the CT side? Yeah, that's a question worth asking.
If they all come mid, Nico can keep doing what he was doing at the beginning of the half, right? You know, he can just sit there and pick them off as they peak and boost. But I don't know if Orbit are going to be, you know, that generous again. If they're going to be interested in, you know, helping Nico out, right?
I don't know. It's been a rough CT sign for both teams pretty much, and they have tried like a manner of different things. All of them tried for some aggression. They've tried for aggression over at Squeak Door as well in middle. Not that much at B, but still some. I mean, the only thing I really haven't seen on either CT side is the counter boost, I guess. So maybe counter boosting middle is a plan.
And not a whole lot of forward play out of all, apart from, I guess, Fetish with his unlucky peek into Garage, where he was just looking the wrong way at the wrong time and got punished for it. So let's see if Dignitas decide to change it up and try and go for a little bit more of that. It looks like Pimp is heading up close. He's going to be playing sandbags with Nico supporting with that AWP. So not exactly an aggressive setup, but still focus on mid here for Dignitas. And once again, there you go. It's like clockwork. Nico just delivers on that shot. I don't think he's missed one yet this entire map.
Really good grenade from AC onto Sentries at the playground. Just he heard him shooting out there, blows out the windows first, and has the angle right to just get the throw exactly on. Fetish actually in a bit of a tricky corner here as well, with the auto sniper fighting and missing a bunch of shots. Got to be really careful with that. The grenade lands right at his feet, and he goes down to half health. But he could have died outright then. Fetish trying to take a risk and see if he can get rewarded for it. Pimp in the middle here. Going to get overrun. He did actually turn around for the flash, but he still went down. And now Kirby with one. Nico picking up another kill in the meantime as well. Looking good here for Team Dignitas until Pyth comes through with the shot. Kind of bringing it opening back into the round. They can still do this.
Yeah, sneaky play there by Pyth, finding just the angle to play over that smoke. But Orbit now still down a man, but they can still manage to make their way back into this. It is all about rooting AC out of this site. And Jumpy tries to go for the pre-fire. They knew exactly where AC was, but they still don't get the job done. And now it's Pyth 1v3, and Nico is there with the rotation to save the day. So Dignitas, that's the kind of like flying colors start they needed to this half. They bring it back to 18-18. They only lose 2 guys as well. It's looking real good now for the Danes to turn it around. If they can keep the confidence going. The one thing though is I'm surprised that Orbit, you know, they saw Fetish with the Scar 20. I'm surprised they didn't try and press Fetish a little bit, because Fetish didn't hit a single shot with that Scar 20, and he isn't exactly having the map of his life right now. So I'm wondering if they're going to try and figure out where he is playing on the map and see if they can't do something about that.
You may be right. I mean, that could definitely be a way to approach the situation, to say, well, where's Fetish holding? And let's try and see if we can't just get him down early on. He does have the auto sniper still in play, so I mean, this is the angle you were talking about, Semmler, earlier. Looking right through here, because this normally you're going to get smoked off, and if you have an AWP, you're pretty not going to kill anybody, but with the auto sniper, you're not going to care if someone puts up a smoke. You just hold down mouse 1 and reap the rewards. Now they're actually rotating him out, which means Kirby is about to have a very bad day.
Pretty much, right? Unless he can rotate back in, a moment of indecisiveness here on Team Dignitas' part. This is going to be tricky.
I think Fetish just lost an ear to that AWP, but he did survive. And now, if that's going to be the crucial difference here, that would be big. Pyth going down, Kirby in the right position at the right time, and now the auto sniper. Fetish almost with a double kill there, but didn't get the last bullet in on Sentry. Still doing a good job, and a lot of damage being dealt out to the terrorist team. Nico coming in for the cleanup. Double kill for him, and now Sentry's all alone. Misses the shot, and not going to be a second strike either. So now it's Dignitas with a round lead. For the first time in this game, they have a round lead.
I know Orbit have definitely got to be feeling pretty frustrated with how things are going right now. Regular time, they are able to just trounce Dignitas into the ground. Here in overtime, things just seem to be going Dignitas' way, and strong, really strong start on the CT side. Nico again going to post up in mid, so if they decide to go for the boost Orbit, I'd be amazed, but it's looking like they want to put more attention towards the A site. This time around, however, Maxi is not as lucky. Fetish picks him off instantly, and it does look like it's going to be another smoke round here for Orbit, but do they commit at this point now that they've lost their point man?
Yeah, they're going to go for it regardless. They feel like now is the time, but they could end up being on map point if they lose this Fetish. Kerbu inside the bomb site. The smokes are alright, but they're taking a bit of time, and backup is coming as well. Look at Kerbu taking down 2, almost a third one. That headshot on Jumpy, leaving him on 9 health, and things are looking devastating right now for Raw, but they can end up losing after being so far ahead in the first half, and it's been stolen from them basically. They haven't lost yet. They can still get double overtime, but losing this round, or winning this round with Jumpy on 9 health, probably not.
No, it's not meant to be. I mean, Jumpy, I'm surprised that Jumpy is still alive, because Fetish went in there with his 5-7, and I think that was actually Jumpy getting the drop on Fetish and maybe almost getting the kill on him there, but they've known that Jumpy has been headshot for a long time. Kirby communicated that instantly, and you saw the reaction out of the Dignitas defense. Now it's just him trying to sneak his way in there. But unfortunately for him, 2 guys holding solid on that A site. He had very, very little chance of actually pulling that off. And now, Dignitas are on map point in this best of 3. So, this is Orbit's map, Anders, and Dignitas are fighting it back in overtime. This is an incredible amount of experience that's coming to the fore here for the Danes.
This game is incredible, isn't it? There's 3 people almost carry one way from 30 bomb, but then there's 41 kills on Kritten on the Orbit side. He's dropping 41 kills, granted with overtime, but it's still damn impressive. Pimp up in the vents here, and this is the round for Dignitas. If they win it, they're going to end up winning on cash after being behind 11-4 in the first half. Now Pimp with 1, Pimp with a double, the auto sniper as well, helping out a little bit here from Fetish, and Nico with a kill. It's falling apart from Orbit. Sentries very low on health and very much alone as well. He goes down. Pimp with a triple kill at the end, and Team Dignitas take it away. What a huge upset for Orbit. That's going to haunt them for a long time.
Yeah.